Hey everyone, welcome to today's live stream. I am super excited to get into this one because it's definitely about one of my favorite topics, which is skateboarding. um, yeah, so for those of you keeping track so far with these live streams, this is now my sixth ever live stream that I've done in a row. I will report that as of now, my heart is still racing before these. Definitely feeling excited and, but having fun, challenging myself, doing something new, which will go hand in hand with the topic of today, which is life lessons I learned from skateboarding. So for those of you who don't know the story, back in 2018, it was beginning of 2018, I was actually staying in Barcelona. I was there for like a month, just hanging out, having a good time. And while I was there, just on a whim, I decided to buy like this little cruiser board. Nothing fancy, but it was just something to cruise around through Barcelona. Barcelona's pretty flat, so it was just really cool to have that experience. And actually, as I speak of it, I pulled up clips. So this little board, though, that I had, I'll show you it. You see, it lit up. It was a party on wheels. Good times. Essentially, it was a toy. But that kind of sparked my interest. That got me into the world of skateboarding. Because when I bought that board, I started looking up YouTube videos of how to ride a cruiser board. Because you could probably barely see in that clip, I could barely push. Like I wasn't that skilled yet. So as I went into the world of looking up tutorials, that got me into skateboard videos and different like skateboard vloggers and everything. And I was just like, oh, that looks cool. I want to learn to do that. So when I got back from Barcelona, that board that I had in Barcelona, I actually left there. I was staying with this awesome lady and older lady. And so I gave it to her and told her to give it to someone. She said that basically the cleaning lady had a son. And so he ended up getting that board as a gift. And then, but yeah, so when I got back to Portland, I decided to, take on this new life of learning the skateboard. And so I bought all the parts. I'm one that I love researching things. So instead of just, I guess the easy way would just be to go to a skate shop and then, you could buy a complete board already put together or, but I love the fun of just researching like the different types of boards and size wheels and trucks and all these things. So I ended up buying like all the pieces that I thought would be the best parts, for my first board. And I put that together and just started learning and riding a regular skateboard. So this is like, your traditional street style skateboard. It was a whole different skill than riding the little cruiser board. And I quickly realized just even balancing on it just felt so different. But I was excited. I was definitely excited. So as I started just writing on it every day, I started researching. I wanted to take lessons because that's something that I enjoy doing when I'm learning a new skill, is to have someone teach me so I can further myself. So as I was looking into lessons, I actually ended up finding out about this really cool organization called Skate Like a Girl, which was amazing. So Skate Like a Girl is like this nonprofit organization, and like they hold like classes for kids and summer camps and things like that. But then they also have an adult offerings, which was perfect for me. So I started going to their, like they would have like a open skate night at this indoor skate park. And so I started going there and just meeting other people in the community and dived into this whole world of skateboarding. And what was really funny is like, after only skateboarding for like a month or so, I found out that Skate Like a Girl, they have like chapters all over. And so I guess it started in, the main one is in Seattle. And so they have this big annual skateboard competition called Wheels of Fortune. And so in that skateboard competition, there's actually a beginners division. So with only like a month of me learning the skateboard, I decided, you know what? I'm going to enter the skateboard competition. I couldn't do anything, barely. But I did just go ahead and enter it. And then so I did want to kind of show the cringe. You see where I started. I have a clip. All right, so yeah, that's so hard for me to watch. But yeah, so I decided, why not just do it? So I just entered the contest, and so that was me with like a month in, and at least I had a couple of things down because at that point I had already been like skating every day, and so I learned how to do like the go up like the little up the transition and do a kick turn, and so that was about the height of my skills at that point. But it was fun, like, so just learning this new skill. So that kind of, I guess, goes to my first, I guess, life lesson that skateboarding taught me was definitely perseverance. Because when you're learning a new skill, it can be challenging. You're using parts of your brain that you never used before, using new muscles. And as you're doing that and trying to do something new, you're going to fail a lot. And so as everything that I was learning, it's like you learn to just keep going and keep going. And as you have that perseverance and continue to show up and actually put your all in, you start to see the fruits of your labor and the results from that. So that was definitely one of the big skills that I learned by diving into skateboarding. And then to go hand in hand with that, there's also micro wins, I would say, would be with perseverance. And then also having micro wins, which is good for learning any skill, I would say, is because with learning a new skill, every new thing is like a whole ordeal. So with skateboarding, it was like I said, learning to like do a kick turn or learning to do a body varial or just all these different little things. Like it was like just like the best thing ever, but just having these micro wins is so rewarding. So I would say that can apply to so many different areas in life when learning a new skill, is to break it up in a way to where you have micro wins. And then you are able to really feel, one, your progress, and then two, have that level of celebration, and also gives your brain, the dopamine hit that it likes to have. So yeah, and then I kind of wanted to, show the beginnings of yeah. So definitely with skateboarding, falls happen. So that's what I say with like perseverance, because you're gonna fall a lot, but you get back up and you try again. And that's like a big life lesson, right? Like you get knocked down, you fall, get back up, try again. and then you get stronger and better and you find your balance. And so definitely, let's see, what else did I want to share with that? Oh, and then so perseverance, having micro wins, and then facing your fears, right? So when you're doing something new, it's definitely can be scary because you're going into something that you've never done before, you've never tried before. So skateboarding definitely helped me with facing fears, because your mind, a lot of skateboarding, it's mostly in your mind. Like your body could physically know how to do it, but the biggest battle is usually in here. It's getting yourself to just just commit and land to the trick. Like, just do it. Because so many times with a lot of the tricks and things I'd be trying to learn, I would just psych myself out and then hop off the board. And then sometimes that would actually cause more harm than good, which I actually have an example of that. What happens when you don't just commit, like bad things can happen. So basically what happened with that clip is I was trying to, I don't know what I was trying to do on the back wall, like a kick turn or something, but I bailed. But then when I bailed, I ended up stepping back on the board to fall off, where if I would have just kept my feet on the board, I would have been all right. And I could have just flowed with the whole move. So definitely facing your fears, it is a big one. Another fear with skateboarding that I had to face is like, honestly, just the fear of falling, right? And that's like one of the fears that they say we're born with, right? Like there's like, when we're born with fear, we are born with the fear of falling. And I think the other is like loud noise or something. So it's a pretty ingrained fear. So it's like, once you get over that, you know, you're doing big things. So one of the tricks, sorry, I'm looking for the clip I wanted to show. I don't see it in here. Oh, well. But yeah, so one of the things I was learning in skateboarding is transition. There's what's called like dropping in, where like you are at the top and then you have to like drop in, but it's almost like a free fall. So it goes counterintuitive. And so like learning that trick, I just remember was so, it was a lot. It was a lot of work, but then once you get it, it's so rewarding. But I just remember that being one of the big ones where it's like the mind psyching me out. Like, because even when I would do it successfully a few times, if I didn't like practice it a lot, then I would get to the point where I would like psych myself out again of being scared. But it's like, even though my body knew how to do it. So definitely it was, it is a big mental battle, is learning to overcome the mental challenges that came. But it's like, again, I say it's so rewarding when you actually allow yourself to commit. So as I talk about committing, one of the biggest things that I feel helped me in my journey of learning skateboarding, I guess I didn't say this, I spent that whole like summer skateboarding. I skateboarded every single day for over like 100 and some odd days. Like every day I was out there doing something. You know, like I said, I was learning different tricks. I was learning the ollie. I actually did a 30-day challenge for a period of time in there where I was doing 100 ollies a day because I really wanted to learn how to get my ollies going. And so, but yeah, so I was going to say one of the things that really helps though, with challenging yourself and having the courage to step outside the comfort zone and really commit to doing something new is having support. So as I mentioned, I had gotten involved with Skate Like a Girl, met a lot of awesome people there, but then also just hanging out at the skate parks, made a lot of cool friends, and just having a sense of community and support, I feel helped a lot. Like when you're learning a new trick or whatnot, it's so much, I found it so much easier to actually do it when there are like other people there supporting and cheering, where when you're on your own, it's easy to just kind of like fall back a little, just kind of half try and it's like, you know, I'm practicing, I'm doing it. But then when you're with your friends, you get amped up and it's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And they're amping you up and it's just like, the next thing you know, you're jumping off a cliff. But but it's fun. And I definitely had just so many amazing friends that helped, keeping the vibe up and encouraging me and helping me along the way. And, also having like support and I want to show another clip just so you get an idea of what I mean by having what it's like to have someone just really hype you up.
Yes! Yes, you hit the coping! Yes! Woo! Oh! Oh yeah!
So that was my homegirl, Jamie, in the background. She was amazing. Like, I love skating with her. Like, I actually wish I could have a JB for every era of my life. Like, I feel like I'd be so much more productive in things if I had someone like that just cheering me on with everything. It's like, yes, you sent that email. Yeah. But nevertheless, there is something to be said about having support and community and people in your corner when you're learning a new skill and doing something new in life. So let's see, what else did I want to share? I think those are the main ones. So yeah, so definitely the things that I learned: perseverance, facing fear, having the power of support, community, and then those micro wins. And let me get up into the chat because I see some people's in here. Hey, Shashat Renee. Pamela, I said hello, hello. Hey, Antoinette. Let's see. Thank you so much, everyone, for the love in here. I see some reactions to the fall that I shared. There are falls that I had that, you know, unfortunately weren't filmed. But that was a part of it because you know, the reward though was so much sweeter than the falls. The falls, you get over it. Well, sometimes it depends how hard the fall is. Sometimes it takes a while to get over it. But then that's where I said you learn that perseverance, because let's say you're trying a trick, you fall, but then you have to get into that mental game of overcoming that fear to where you're scared to do it because last time you failed when you tried. But then it's like getting yourself to try again anyways, despite having had, you know, that failure and that fall previously. Yeah. And so, yeah, skateboarding was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I am sad because I honestly haven't skateboarded it probably since sometime last year it was because basically by the time the winter of 2018 hit, my business had taken off. And so I was just in the office 24/7. And then, and then life just kind of got away from me. But I do want to one day get back into it. I mean, I still ride my penny board. But as any skateboarder will tell you, there's a big difference between riding a penny board and a regular skateboard. Actually, most skateboarders have hate towards penny board. It's such a thing. Like I've had like skateboarders give me shit like riding my penny board, but it's like, hey, don't judge me. I know how to ride a regular skateboard too. Like I remember one time this guy, he tried to give me crap, and then I like grabbed his skateboard and then like did an ollie. I was like, look, I can do it. But anyways, I know it's just all in fun. But I choose to have my penny board though, because you know I've been traveling. And I like to travel with my penny board because it's little. I could take it in my carry-on, and then also I like the penny board for cruising because it has big soft wheels, which are better for, you know, cruising around the city. So I like having that when I'm traveling because I can, you know, it's my own transportation. I can just cruise where I need to go. And I've also used it to cruise to airports because, you know, there's just so much walking in airports. So I can just hop on my penny board and just cruise on through. But I do miss skateboarding. One of these days, I want to, if I ever have a house one day, I would want to have like my own like mini skate park in the backyard. That's like a dream of mine. So one day I'll get back into it and see if I get it here. Actually, let me try something. Let's see. I think I can make the comments come up on the screen. Yeah, do it. These videos are awesome. You were so made for this. Oh, thank you. Let's see. And then Shashat. great skate parks in ATL. Yeah, I have actually, I went to one of them, the one that's on the Beltline. I went and hung out there. I mean, obviously, like I said, I don't have a skateboard. And when I skate, I like to have, because I'm still a beginner, I like to have a helmet and, you know, my pads and everything. Despite me looking like a geek, that's just how I prefer to skate around. And so I haven't done any skating here because, yes, I thought about getting a skateboard while I was out here, but then I would also need to buy another helmet and pads and everything. And that stuff adds up, man. So I'm okay right now with just my penny board. And, you know, I cruise around, I have my vibe. Cruising is definitely a vibe. That is, oh man, I have a memory with riding with a group of friends. I had like my cruiser board. It's a different cruiser board. It's not my penny. I actually had like a bigger like wooden cruiser board, or it was bamboo. And then I met up with some friends, like had longboards and stuff. And we like basically went cruising around the waterfront in Portland. And like, that was a vibe, man. Like it was like, the weather was just perfect. I want to say this was like spring. It was like springtime, so flowers were in bloom, and we were just like cruising around and having music going, and just like, and then we ended up stopping to eat, and yeah, there's no greater feeling than that. Like even with skateboarding, I remember just memories of being with like a group of friends when we're on our skateboards, even just like go cruising through like the parking lot, going to hit up the skate park. Like there's just this feeling of just like, I don't know how to explain it, where we're just all in this together and just cruising on our boards. And like, there's so many, I actually have so many memories in my mind of just like snapshots of those moments of just like cruising together and just like, yeah. And as the kids say, you know, it's a vibe. But yeah, skateboarding is definitely something that I'm really happy that I allowed myself to actually do, you know, despite me being older. You know, I was like 32 years old, you know, this 32-year-old lady at the skate park, you know, with my trying to learn how to skateboard. But it was fun. And then I quickly learned as I got involved with like Skate Like a Girl that there are just so many other older women who were also beginners and having fun learning. Like I had friends like in their 40s and in their 50s even. And it's just like, it was just so much cool. So many cool people, and that I am grateful. Like I said, I was skateboarding every day. I even mentioned this in this video. I went to skateboard camp that summer. It was the best thing ever. It was out in Oakland, and again, it was done by. Oh man, definitely should have turned my phone off. But yeah, so I went to skateboard camp, and it was done by Skate Like a Girl, but by their Bay Area chapter. And so I went out to the Bay Area out in Oakland, and yeah, I got to skate and do that. So it was really cool being there as well. So I had so many fun adventures. Oh man. Yeah, 2018. I think I mentioned that in a past video. 2018 was such a fun year. I mean, 2019 was fun too, right? Because 2019 was more of my travel year. You know, I was in Egypt and everywhere else like that. So every year has its own thing. But yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and wrap up this video or this live stream. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And as I say in the other videos, you know, let me know if there's any topics you want me to talk about or any questions you have for me. And yeah, I will continue to be showing up here every day because this is my new, I guess, challenge or something that I'm wanting to do better at, and just having fun, just hopping up on these lives and interacting with everyone. So again, thank you so much, everyone, and love you, and see you tomorrow.